Hello. Okay, today we're talking about nutrition and how it affects our aura. Our aura is energy, right? It is the energy that vibrates off of us. And where do we get energy? When we eat food, it gives us energy. The calories give us energy, right? And so what we eat can greatly affect our aura. It can greatly affect how we feel. And if we feel good, then we have a bigger, stronger aura as well, right? Because if we're feeling crummy and lousy or emotional or just unhealthy, then our aura is very small and it's condensed towards our body because it's so busy taking care of itself, it can't vibrate out because that nutrition is just key. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to share my slides. Okay, so here is our slides. Let me rearrange all these little things here. Okay, so aura nutrition, food to strengthen and cleanse our aura or our energetic field, which is your aura. Whoops, there we go. So one powerful way to raise your vibration to higher energy frequency is by eating a diet made up of natural, toxin-free foods that will provide the nutrition you need to fuel your body's electrical currents. So the type of food we consume, I said that earlier. When we eat food that is natural, that's God-made, that is grown in the earth, or at least, had like an animal product that it was put here on this earth, it wasn't man-made, then our body knows what to do with it. The energy is easily transformed from food to energy. So what if we eat foods that are not natural, that are man-made, that are chemical, that are super processed, then our bodies really don't know what to do with it. And so it ends up being more of a energy sucker. It actually takes more energy from us, and our aura will end up being very dim color, very just not magnetic, right? Like we want our aura to be magnetic so that we can pull in all the things in life that we want. And it's hard to do that when we're putting these foods then into our body that are processed or fake. Okay. So if it comes from the sun, if the sun has been beating down on it for, a long time, then that is what we want to eat. Okay. The sun actually gives it an energy. It helps it to vibrate on a higher frequency, and it benefits both your physical body and your spiritual body. So that is our goal, to eat things that are natural, toxin free, and, made from God, basically. If God put it on the earth, it's good for us to eat. So goods that contain a lot of healthy energy and vibrate on high frequencies are fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, nuts, whole grain bread, brown rice, seeds, raw honey, olive oil, fresh herbs, and fresh spices. These are the foods that are going to be the highest vibration, the highest frequency. So eat those the most. This is what your diet should mostly be made of. You can also add in meat products. I'm not saying that anyone needs to go vegan or anything, but if you put the majority of your foods as from these foods, or the majority of your diet from these foods, then you will feel better. Your aura will grow and be more vibrant. You'll actually heal your body because of that high vibration. Will be able to have your organs and everything working the way they should. And it helps balance your hormones as well. So processed foods and beverages have lost beneficial energy. So certain foods we drink that have been processed so much that they've lost most of their natural energy, and therefore they have low vibration. These foods include fried foods, white bread and rice, canned foods, processed meat. Notice I didn't say just meat, processed meat. Processed dairy products like cheese, pickles, canola oil, sodas, and alcohol. Those are all very low vibration foods that will actually bring your vibration down. Try as much as possible to avoid those types of foods and drinks because they can't give you the nutrients and energy that your body needs for optimal health. Instead, replace them with healthier, high vibration foods that are pure and minimally processed and nice, clean water, okay? And it's nice to try and do organic foods as much as possible because they're free of added chemicals, pesticides, and like hormones that they've altered the way that the plant grows. So organic is best, but if you can't do organic, at least just do the real food, okay? Okay, then the next step to our eating is getting power from a higher power, asking for help from a higher power. And no matter what your belief system is, we can all ask for help from a higher power. So most of us are addicted to our current diet. You know, we're probably eating a lot of processed foods, and it's hard physically, emotionally, and spiritually to change it. We really are addicted. It's a true addiction. And so to be able to change that eating pattern, in order to change the way we eat, we want to ask for help from a higher power. The 12-step addiction program, you know, AA, it's been very successful in breaking addictions, and they include asking for help from a higher power. So whether it's God, Jesus Christ, the divine, the universe, source, Allah, the archangel of healing, Raphael, or whatever higher power you want help from, just simply ask. Simply, you can pray, meditate, or however you like to ask for help from a higher power. Ask for that power to directly help you transform your habits, to directly transform the way you eat. Ask for help to make it the way you eat be more natural and pure. Ask that power will empower you to change your eating habits so that you can start eating high vibration foods on a regular basis, okay? And if you do that, sorry, my eyes itching. Ooh. If you do that, you will notice it's slow, but you'll notice over time your craving for unhealthy foods and drinks will subside, and that you'll get fresh ideas and new meals that sound good to you, that include the healthy foods and beverages. So gradually, with help, you'll come to enjoy your new way of eating and start craving what's really good for you, right? Okay. Then the next step that I've seen help really work and help with my clients is showing gratitude. If you bless or show gratitude for your meals and snacks. So praying over the food that's been provided for you is a great way to express your gratitude. Like it said, even no matter what your belief system is, you don't have to, say a full prayer, but if you'll just, before you eat, show your gratitude for that food. It raises the energy and vibrations of that food. So since gratitude brings a high frequency, remember back in some of my other videos, we've talked about the vibration of different feelings and emotions. And gratitude is one of the highest vibration feelings and emotions or state of being that you can have. Gratitude is extremely high vibration. And so when we give gratitude for the food we eat, we're actually increasing the vibration of that food, and because it's around that and that energy, also the vibration of energy within us. So then when we eat the food, we absorb the energy from that food directly into our body, and it helps us connect closer to our mind and spirit, right? So it basically takes a physical way to connect to our mind and spirit as well. And we are increasing the vibration of our body. And so when we increase the vibration of our body, that food will be processed better. Our body will be vibrating on a higher level, so we actually can process the food in a healthier way, a quicker way, a better way, right? So showing gratitude, it raises the vibration of the food we eat. It raises our vibration so we can process the food better. So there's so many benefits to showing gratitude for our food. I have some just statistics that I pulled from the internet. So according to Dr. Robert A. Emmons, I guess is how you say it, he's a leading expert in science of gratitude and expressing gratitude. And he's shown that there are a proven number of health benefits in expressing gratitude. So it lowers our cortisol levels. That's the stress hormone. It lowers it 23%. It gives a 25% reduction in dietary fat intake, a 16% lower diastolic blood pressure, and 10% lower systolic blood pressure, a 9 to 13% lower levels of hemoglobin 1AC, which is the glucose marker that is a huge part of diabetes. And then it lowers levels of creatine, which is an indicator that the kidney's ability to filter waste from your bloodstream. So what that tells me is when we show gratitude, there's a major health benefit. There's less stress. We actually eat less fat. Our blood pressure goes down. Our glucose, hemoglobin goes down. Our creatine goes down. So all the things that make processing food hard goes down. Okay, so it's important to show gratitude for our meals before we eat them so that we can just be healthier as well. So we've learned in health literature, right, that less cortisol, less fat intake, lower blood pressure, better glucose control, and lower levels of creatine are all things that improve our metabolism and increase our ability to get the energy out of the food that we're about to eat. All right. So we've talked about what food to eat. We've talked about asking for help from a higher power and showing gratitude for our food, right? So as we make these shifts in the way we're eating, I feel that it's important to make a shift rather than go on a diet. I don't want it to be this hard diet that is not going to last, right? Do not diet. Find a way of being and eating that aligns with you. It's very important that it aligns with you, that it feels good, that you're happy about it. And then I believe in making just teeny, tiny, tiny little shifts. Start small, one shift at a time, and then stay consistent with that. That's what makes the biggest difference in your results. I've been a personal trainer, nutrition, and health coach for 18 years now. I had to go back and think when I got certified, and when I graduated from college. 18 years, and going all balls to the wall doesn't ever work. I've learned that. I've seen it so many times. The best way, even though it feels like it's a baby step and you're never going to get anywhere, make one tiny shift. So let's say you used to have white bread for breakfast every morning. Just think, what can I have instead of the white bread? And just make that one shift for your breakfast and do that for a consistent time until it feels normal and natural and easy. And then you can switch to a different thing in your day, right? You can add to it a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, a year later. Just make the tiny shifts until you can be consistent with that one shift. Okay. And then check in and make sure any shifts you make feel good to you, that you truly desire to make that shift. It has to align. Are you doing it because you want to or because you feel like you should, right? Making sure you shift and it feels good with small shifts is the key to success, I promise. Okay, so we are done with this topic. I want you to, for your homework, I want you to food log for a couple days. Take just 2 days and write down every single thing that you eat, or you can do it on a MyFitnessPal or some sort of like food journal app or program. And I just want you to be aware of what you're eating. That's simply it. We're not looking at how many calories are there. We're not looking at anything about it besides what are you eating? Do you even realize what you're putting in your mouth? Even if you just walk by a bag of M&Ms and you pop 2 in your mouth, like be aware of it, write it down. And then once you've written it down and you have 2 days of eating in front of you, I want you to look at what % of it is natural and God made and how much of it is processed. Okay. You're gonna be like, I'm maybe doing 50-50, or maybe I'm doing great and there's mostly real natural foods, or maybe I don't think I got one thing in natural. Who knows? But you don't really realize it until you write it down. And then once you've realized how much is natural and how much is processed, I want you to think of one simple shift that you can shift into your food routine that you can make this week, but stick to forever. Okay. What is one simple thing you can just be done with? For me, it could be, I'm done with white bread, done with it. I'm going to have whole grain bread, or I'm going to not even do bread. I'm going to do a smoothie in the morning. But whatever it is, I want it to be so small that you can stick to it forever. Okay. That's all I'm asking, is one small thing this week. Okay. Let me know how you do. If you want to send me your food log, I'd be happy to look over it and see if there's any other shifts that you can do, or if you need ideas. I'm so happy to help. This is why we're here. This is why you signed up for this course, is so that you can have a mentor, so you can have guidance. Let me help you. Send me any questions or your food log if you'd like. All right. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to hear from you.